Just an update from me regarding Cruz's trip to the vets today. He had swallowed a large piece of orange foam from my broom handle last night about 7:30. I tried to grab it out of his beak, but as I did so, he swallowed it, which he's never done before, and it was quite a large piece. I realised that the size of this foam, although it looks quite harmless, could cause an obstruction in his intestines. I called around to get some advice from an exotic specialist, and there were none on duty in London. So I called his vet first thing in the morning, and he kindly slotted us in this afternoon. Now, I know that if there is a blockage in a bird's intestines, it is a really tricky procedure that would require an avian specialist. And even then, there's no guarantee that it would be a successful procedure. This is why I wanted to get him seen straight away. Cruz is very lucky to have one of the best, if not in my opinion, the best avian exotic vet in London. What he did was initially to do a physical exam of Cruz and try and feel around in his crop to see if he could find the piece of foam. I had also watched him going to the toilet, and I knew he hadn't passed it. I took a piece of the foam with me. It was the same size that I saw in his beak, so that the vet would know exactly what he was looking for. When the vet performed the physical exam, he couldn't feel anything in his crop area. We both discussed the best way forward, and both knowing how serious it is when there is a blockage in the intestines and how quickly a bird will deteriorate, and also the shortage of avian vets that work out of hours. So if he became unwell of an evening or on the weekend, we knew we'd be in trouble. So we made the decision to put him to sleep. While he was asleep, the vet was able to carry out an endoscopy, and that allowed him to search his crop area and his gizzard to see if he could find this orange piece of foam. Now, it wasn't in his crop, which was great news. We couldn't get certainty whether it was in his gizzard or not, because there was so much food still circling around from his breakfast, despite the fact I hadn't fed him before his visit. So the vet was reluctant to fully search his stomach and empty his stomach due to the length of time that it would mean he would need to be asleep for. So we went with a quick check rather than a full emptying of the stomach. The vet is quite confident that it shouldn't cause a blockage, and that we've ruled out as much as we were able to prevent that from happening. So although he's not completely out of the woods and will still need monitoring, we've done as much as we can to try and prevent a blockage happening. So I would just keep an eye on him and check his toileting and see if anything comes out. And hopefully he's been able to digest the said piece of foam. So that is our update. He isn't completely out of the woods, but it is positive and looking positive.